Uncertainty fills our hearts and minds with many questions. Like the people of Israel when they thirsted in the desert, we may wonder, is the Lord among us or not? Or in the words of the book of Deuteronomy, have not these troubles come upon us because our God is not in our midst? If God is loving and all-powerful, bad things shouldn't happen to good people, correct? Or maybe not. The book of Job seems to teach us a very different lesson. At the end of his trials, Job exclaimed, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." Is there another way of looking at reality that helps us discover the presence of God and the deepest meaning of things? This is the question that Mary, the mother of Jesus, asked him after 3 long days searching for him. When his parents saw him, they were astonished, and his mother said to him, "Child, why have you treated us like this? Look, your father and I have been searching for you in great anxiety." He said to them, "Why were you searching for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. Like Mary and Joseph, we sometimes don't understand what the Lord is telling us through the circumstances in our lives. Then we can try to judge and reduce reality to the boundaries of our own understanding. Or we can do like Mary. His mother treasured all these things in her heart. We can learn to adore. Our faith doesn't make us blind and unreasonable people. On the contrary, it helps us to penetrate reality and to find in it new meaning and new beauty. This is what I call the attitude of adoration. In the previous video, I talked about listening, like the first attitude we need to pray with the scriptures. With this attitude of adoration, we are not only able to pray with the scriptures, but to pray with our whole lives, as we treasure in our hearts what we are living and surrender it to the Lord. Moses told the people of Israel before his death, "You were unmindful of the rock that bore you. You forgot the God who gave you birth." To pray unceasingly is not so much about saying prayers all the time, but about being mindful of the God who gave us birth. Recognizing God as our Father helps us to realize that we are not the measurement of reality. But this doesn't come easy. We need to train this muscle through adoration. When we bend our knees in adoration before the Blessed Sacrament, recognizing the real presence of the Lord in what looks like simple bread, we are training our spiritual senses. We need a similar attitude when we pray with the scriptures. We need to realize that in the passage we have before us, they are more than ideas or a story. The Lord is really present for us, and He wants to speak to us. When we have this attitude of adoration, the Word can open up for us. When we read the scriptures slowly, when we meditate upon them, listening to the Lord with an attitude of adoration, we are remaining in the Word. And this prepares us for the last step of Lectio Divina, contemplation. Contemplation is a grace, a gift. There is no method that can produce it. It's the fruit of love, God's love for us and our love for Him. is this love that prepares our hearts and minds to receive the truth that makes us free. I invite you to take some time this week and pray with the Gospel of John chapter 19. It will place you at the foot of the cross. Read slowly, open the ear of the heart, and adore. At the foot of the cross you'll find Mary standing despite her great suffering. I believe that her attitude of pondering in her heart, of adoration, helped her to see beyond the horror of the crucifixion. She was able to realize that her son was bearing the suffering that should have been ours, the pain that we should have borne. May she help us to see the same reality when we are suffering. Then we truly will be ready to celebrate the joy of Easter. This is Sister Maria at Our Lady of the Angels Monastery, and here at the monastery we are praying for you. Thank you for watching.